Alright, just curious if any Toyota people have run into this. It just happened to me today. I'm in neutral. Have a listen when I let the clutch out. Clutch in, clutch out. Alright guys, jury day here in North Idaho. So, this 4Runner driving it home last night, and I lost first and second gear. I'm not sure what transmission's in it. Some might say, hey, just read your VIN number. But this is a 91, and it used to be an automatic. And I, at some point, swapped the motor, and when I did that, I put a manual 5-speed with the transfer case. So I think I know what transmission it is, but until I get it out, I won't be 100% positive. So I'm gonna put this guy into daily driving, which I didn't want to do. And my shop over there is completely full of stuff that does not work. So I'm gonna try to limp this 4Runner up into that back barn. And that's gonna suck. I got no power out there. And I have to run back and forth for every little tool I need. But the name of the game today is to pull transmission out of this guy. It's the last thing I feel like doing at this point. But I know I'm not gonna get into car payments. Well, I say that. I haven't looked inside that transmission yet. So once I can get it out and crack open the transmission, I will probably post another video on what I find. I'll tell you the symptoms. This thing, and actually I have a little blurb on a video I'll probably add to this video, which will actually show it, but it makes just an awful sound when you're in neutral, and when you put the clutch in, that sound disappears. I have a couple ideas of what I think it is, but I won't know until I open it, and I won't be able to identify the transmission until I get it out. So, oh boy, joy, here we go. So guys, I've been stalling for a couple hours, and I can stall no more. This is the crude conditions in which I am going to be removing this transmission. I'm gonna start by undoing all my drive lines. Yeah, I have virtually no light out here. I'm gonna start by undoing the drive lines for the 4-wheel drive and the rear diff. After I get drive lines done, I will take that cross member support off, get my jack in place, get the bolts out of the transmission, or transmission to engine, and a couple other little bells and whistles, wires and stuff, so I don't rip them. So, yeah. What makes this absolutely nasty is this used to be, I used to use this barn as a pig pen, so it has a certain odor to it, but I am not doing a video series on this. This is not a how-to. Last time I did a transmission, I did it in the rain, and there was just puddles, like my back was in a puddle. So, this is a step up for me, guys. I probably won't even update this or add any more to this video until I get it pulled out, and then I'll show you. Alright guys, there it is. Transmission out in less than ideal conditions. Alright guys, got my transmission in the house here. I know, in the house, but can't work out there on a dirt floor nor in the cold, so this is the only location. Pulled it in here on a sled, so I'm gonna lay it down on the plastic there and start taking it apart, try to see what's wrong. Alright guys, so I got the 4-wheel drive unit off. Got the back cover off. One thing I found, I don't think it's necessarily anything important though, is, I don't know if it shows up, but this is some copper colored flake. I believe from this bearing there's these grooves in here. And there's a collection of it there, you can see, all in there. There again, that's not why it's not working, but still you don't think that something should be grinding in there. I don't know why this is grinding on the back cover at this point. So next thing I'm going to do is flip it on its side and take that bell housing off and have a look at the front bearing. So we'll just continue the teardown. Alright guys, this is going to do it for this video part. This will be just part 1. And basically what I'm going to wait on now, I was hoping to get this crank, or the cover off this transmission. I pulled this pin, and there was a pin around the bearing, this pin, and a pin around this bearing. But this cover still won't come off. I don't know if I have to pull that bearing or there's some bolts on the other side. So I don't know if I have to take it apart from this side. I don't know. But I don't want to destroy anything, so I'm not going to go any further with this transmission until I get a manual that will give me some sort of indication. I don't want to start forcing and prying. Of note, I don't know if it'll focus, but I found this little guy fell out of the transmission. Some people say it's part of a shifting fork. I don't know. Pretty thin. As of now, I don't know what it's to. Also, kind of all throughout this transmission, there's a lot of copper, actually brass colored, like a fine shaving powder. So, and I know the synchros are that, and some other components. I know the synchros naturally kind of wear, but I don't know. It seemed kind of excessive. I do know that somebody, just from the looks of it, was in this before, just because of like all the silicone, but there's very slight wiggle in that. I don't think that that's bad. I don't know. So, unfortunately, part 1, no mystery solved yet. Alright guys, look for part 2. Hopefully coming soon.